I'd like to call to order this meeting of the Senate Standing Committee on Finance. I'm Senator Catherine Young, the chair, and it is now 6:11 p.m. and it's Friday, June 17th, 2016. We are considering several of the governor's nominations to various entities, and we are very pleased to be joined by Mark R. Stasko, who is from Syracuse, as a member of the Workers' Compensation Board. So, welcome, Mr. Stasko, and we were just hoping that you very briefly could just tell us what your goals are as a member of the Workers' Compensation Board.
Thank you, members of the Senate. My name is Mark Stasko, and my goal is to further the cause of the Workers' Compensation Board through the improvement of the hearing process, and particularly the appeal process, through assistance in both with my experience. I have 37 years of experience in the workers' compensation arena, both as a claims adjuster, as a manager of very large self-insured public and private entities, and I believe that the experience that I bring will benefit the workers' compensation board and the people of the state of New York.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Stasko. Do any members have any questions? Yes, Senator.
Mr. Stasko, welcome. So,
Thank you.
Are there any problems or challenges that y'all are facing these days that we should be aware of?
No, the problems are much the issues of technology and making the adjudication process run more freely so that the injured employee can get their benefits and make sure that their services are authorized on a timely basis. And I believe that the Workers' Compensation Board is moving in that direction to facilitate the injured workers.
So if I may follow up just one quick question?
Yes.
So technology is needed, and is that what you're saying?
Well, the technology is there, and the Workers' Compensation Board is utilizing that technology and building on it with the medical portal for physicians to immediately report their medical reports in the Workers' Compensation Board so that the injured party gets their authorization for treatment more quickly.
Great, thank you. Senator Semino.
Thank you, Senator Young. Thank you, Mr. Stasko. Just following up on what Senator Persons had to say, one of the many complaints we get about workers' compensation is the length of time workers are waiting for approval for treatments, the length of time it takes for doctors to be compensated, the length of time to get hearings. I mean, long and short of it is people are waiting a very long time for the workers' compensation system to work. And so I'm just curious, what do you think we can do here in the legislature? As you know, about 6 or 7 years ago, we enacted what was supposed to be landmark workers' compensation reform, and in fact, it does not appear to have achieved the stated goals of the time. What do you think we can do to help smooth out some of the problems in the system so that workers do get access to treatment sooner? Premiums are either brought down or stabilized, doctors are encouraged to stay in the system, and workers get back to work sooner.
The business process redesign that the Workers' Compensation Board is currently undergoing is meant to solve many of those problems with a virtual portal for all the stakeholders to be able to communicate electronically. Today, a lot of the communication is still done through U.S. mail, which in this day and age it is very inefficient.
I guess, so technology being a big piece of this system. Is that
That's the adjudication of cases. One of the projects is to have virtual hearings where the stakeholders can use much of the same technology we're using today to communicate without the need for scheduling of hearings and traveling of distances where they can be scheduled more quickly and adjudicated more quickly.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Do I have a motion for Ms.
For the
Mr.
nomination.
For the nomination.
So Senator Marcelino moves, Senator Savino seconds. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Congratulations, Mr. Stasko. Your nomination will move to the floor, and I anticipate that it will be approved. Thank you for joining
Thank you
us
so much.
today. I know it's not the most convenient thing, but we really appreciate you appearing.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Okay, thank you. Take care. Okay, so now we need to switch out. Okay. While we're waiting for the other two, there are two others that are going to appear. That's Frederick M. Osili and Clarissa M. Rodriguez Esquire. They will be in the video room in just a moment. However, there are several that I believe that we still should put forward right now, and one is a reappointment Mark Daniel Higgins, and also Lauren Lobin Esquire. And unfortunately, Ursula Lavelt is out of the country and cannot appear. So do I have a motion for those three individuals?
So moved.
Okay, Senator Kennedy moves, Senator Seward seconds. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, at least we'll move forward. We do have some people here in person also. We'll wait on them. Now, I do want to point out, we are going to hold as chairman and director of the New York State Housing Finance Agency, a member of the chairman and chairman of the State of New York Mortgage Agency, Robert C. Lieber. We will not be considering that at this particular moment. So that's the last one on the list. So you can cross that off the list. However, we do have several non-appearances, and you can see on your voting sheet. And I would entertain a motion to consider all those in one fell swoop. Senator Mazzolio moves, Senator Stavisky seconds. All those in favor?
Aye.
Question, all these others, because we're excluding workers' comp for now, additional workers' comp?
Yes.
Yes.
So all the others that we're discussing, non-paid,
Right.
non-shared.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
So it's passed. Thank you. Okay. Hello. How are you?
Hi, how are you? This is Garden City.
Yep, very good. I'm Senator Kathy Young. I'm Chair of the Senate Finance Committee. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. And are you Clarissa and Rodriguez?
I am over here.
Okay. Now, was Frederick and Osili going to join you also?
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining us, and we really, truly appreciate it. We're trying to get things wrapped up in Albany, and you have an important position as a member of the Workers' Compensation Board, so the members really wanted to make sure that they saw you somewhat in person and have the ability to interact with you. So maybe you could start in very, very, very briefly and give us some of your goals and objectives as a member of the Workers' Compensation Board.
Yes, hi. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you very much for having me. I know it's been a long day for you. I've been watching some of the live streams, so I know you've done several of these nominations at the 11th hour, and I really do appreciate that. My name is Clarissa Rodriguez. I'm an attorney currently with the Legal Aid Society. I've been an attorney, well, I graduated law school at the City University School of Law in 2007 and have been a practicing attorney since then. I was a New York State fellow with the court system my first year, and then I went on to work with the Legal Aid Society, where I've had most of my legal career. I was first litigating in the housing unit, representing tenants, and now I'm representing homeowners in the foreclosure prevention predatory lending unit. One of the reasons why I'd like to be serve as commissioner of the Workers' Compensation Board is, I heard the echo and I thought that was a question. Is that, I've been in public service in some way and in public interest all of my life, even prior to my career as an attorney. And I'd like to continue the service in public good through the important work commissioners do in the Workers' Compensation Board, making sure that the decisions are fair and done in an expeditious manner.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Do members have
Thank
questions?
Hi, so you've done a lot of work, legal representation. What kind of preparation do you think you need to shift roles to the city position?
I think as far as what kind of preparation do I need to shift roles, as far as my skill set, I think that the skills I have actually prepared me, I think, to be able to look at complex issues and nuanced issues and be able to look at the evidence before me and distill what the facts are and how they comport with the law. So I think that as a litigator, I have the analytical skills, and just on a personal level, I hope that you'll find that I also will have the temperament that is necessary to make the well-reasoned decisions. I also am a mother of two. I think that helps with the patience level. So, I've been told on more than one occasion by my clients that sometimes just when you're giving them information, even if it's not necessarily the kind of thing that they want to hear, it's a great relief when they hear it from a calming source, And I like to think that I am that for my clients, and hopefully that's something I can also bring to this position.
Thank you. Thank you. That was Senator Krueger, by the way. Anyone else? Do you have a motion for Ms. Rodriguez to be confirmed? Senator Boyle moves. Senator Krueger seconds. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Congratulations, Ms. Rodriguez, because it looks very likely that you shall be approved on the Senate floor. So thank you so much for joining us. We truly appreciate it. We wish you well in your position and much success. So thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Thank you, too.
Bye.
Okay, so now we're going
No, we don't have any of the workers' comp.
I couldn't find the biology.
Yeah, I didn't have.
Do you have the bio? No.
None of the appointments. That's what we're all looking through the pages. Maybe there's something wrong with me. I thought there was something wrong with me.
Do we give anybody else?
We'll make sure that, Senator, we'll make sure that you get those for.
Really? Right. Something interesting.
Sylvia starts showing us.
Wait, there was a second woman. That was, I think she just worked there. Oh, she worked there. I think she was setting up the vision.
Oh, I'm being interrupted, I'm being notified that I was interrupted when I was taking the vote on doing everything in vain. So, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Hello, how are you?
Hello, how are you?
Great. I'm Senator Catherine Young, and I'm chair of the Senate Finance Committee, and I have several of my colleagues here tonight. And thank you so much for joining us. I know because as a member of the Workers' Compensation Board, you'll be doing very significant work on behalf of the people of New York State. So our colleagues really wanted you to be able to have some interaction with them. And if you could start, give us the extremely abridged version of who you are, and then maybe some of the goals that you would like to achieve as a member of the Workers' Compensation Board.
Thank you very much. My name is Frederick M. Wesley, and I'd like to say it's an honor to appear before you today. I had a career at UPS for 38 years. I retired in 2014. The last 11 years at UPS, I was the Director of Claims and Risk Manager, and I worked with, I was a liaison between the claimants and insurance carrier, TPAs also, and it was a very fulfilling job working with claimants. And I'd like to tell everybody that claimants are the most important stakeholder. The injured worker is the most important stakeholder in this point in the system. And the workers' compensation system is a large, complex system, and we always have to keep in mind that these injured workers should be the foremost of our thoughts and our processes.
right, thank you. Do members have any questions? Senator Sabino has a question.
Thank you, Senator Young. Good evening, Mr. Osley, is that how you say your name? Osley? So,
Possibly, yes.
when you were with UPS, did you also handle the workers' comp cases?
Yes, like I said, I was the liaison between the injured worker, tenant counsel, insurance carrier. I had a lot of interaction with claimants over the injured workers over the 12 years I did that job.
So then you know the system fairly well, and you're prepared to deal with a lot of the complications and a lot of the stumbling blocks within the workers' comp system.
Yes, I do, Senator. Yes, I do. I feel very comfortable with that.
Great.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Great. Any other questions? Do I have a motion?
Awesome.
Do I have a motion?
Silly. Silly.
Senator Galvin moves, Senator Sabino seconds. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Congratulations, Mr. Osley. We have just approved you through the Finance Committee. That means that your nomination will go directly to the Senate floor, and it looks very likely that you shall be approved. So I want to wish you much luck and success in that position. Thank you for taking on the challenge, and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Very much,
Take
everybody.
care.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
All right, now.
Is there any more?
Yeah, then
One
video
person.
from here.
One or two?
Great.
I guess. No, I was on the one. I am
Continuing on the theme, where we have in person, Margaret A. Barberis. So the members can give us your attention, please, and could you please give us, as I said, a very brief description of your background and also what some of your roles may be for the workers' compensation. So is someone going to provide a little paperwork for us
Just a suggestion, it'd be very helpful just to indicate a little bit about your bio, who you are, where you're from, what you've done, where you're educated, that sort of thing.
And if,
We don't have it.
We don't
Let's
seem
just
to
go.
have your bios.
and if it's a
They
new,
know that. That's why we're trying to do this.
and if it's a new appointment or if it's a
No,
reappointment.
we are involved.
Oh, it's a new appointment, okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Margaret Barberis. My nickname is Peggy. I am a registered nurse. I also have a bachelor's degree in business management and economics from Empire State College. I also have an advanced degree with the MBA program there for healthcare management. I have worked with occupational medicine and workers' compensation for the private sector for more than 20 years. I have always worked from the outside, working with the patients who are navigating the system with workers' compensation, and now I think that this would be a fantastic opportunity for me to work from the inside for the injured workers, from the inside of the system. I hope to bring a lot of knowledge, a lot of expertise to the workers' compensation department. I have an extensive background in safety as well. So I know that the Workers' Compensation Board has been looking to expand their safety programs as well. So I think that I would be an asset there. But most of all, I realize how workers' compensation evolves, why it's there, and who it's there for. And that, the employees have a system in which they need to navigate, but they don't know how to navigate all the time. And it would be my job to help them through that scenario, and to bring my medical background to help them do that.
Excellent.
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 Any
Ooh,
questions?
sensation.
What office would you be assigned to?
I would be expected.
Very good. Senator, Ms. Olio moves, Senator Marcelino seconds, all those, I'm sorry, do you have a question? Okay, Senator Stavisky seconds also. So all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Excellent. Aye.
Opposed? Congratulations.
Thank you very
was good. It's a shame we didn't ask the other people.
Next we have up here
I think it's good to have a very
Stephen
solid
A.
council.
Crane.
Yeah, he was. He was.
Happy to have two resumes that I happen to bring down.
Okay, thank you. So, again, you know the drill, you've seen it several times now, so fire away.
First of all, let me just say, my name is Stephen Crane, very honored to be here today. Never thought I'd be in a position like this to talk to Senator stuff. And I'm honored to be here.
As we look.
And I'm proud of myself. I am the general counsel at CSEA, co-general counsel actually. And I've been at the legal department of CSEA for 27 years. I started as a staff attorney, slowly worked my way up to the position I have now. I'm a lifelong resident of the state of New York, born and raised here, resident of the town of Saratoga, in the Washington Heights district. Yes, sir.
Where did you go to college? We don't have your bios.
Oh, I went to college, went to SUNY Corcoran, and I went to law school at New York Law School.
And then you are going to be chair, you're nominated to be chair as well as, no?
No, and
Is that a district? Must be a district.
Just a member of the board. I spent my entire working life in dealing in the area of the employer-employee relationship. Even before I became an attorney, worked for a Prudential insurance company in the employee benefits department. When I graduated law school, I immediately got into labor law. I worked on the employer side and the union side. Initially, I was a municipal attorney with the Village of Hempstead and Long Island, assistant county attorney at Orange County, New York, doing labor law and employment law. Then I went to CSEA, where I spent the last 27 years of my life advocating for employees. Now, also in my role as my deputy counsel and now general counsel, I also represent the organization on the management side. So I've seen both sides. I've been in active capacities representing both sides in the employer-employee relationship. My experience with workers' comp has not been in depth on a substantive level. I have personally represented people in retaliation cases before the Workers' Compensation Board. I've represented employees who were accused of fraud, where they applied for and received benefits, yet were allegedly or seen doing things they shouldn't be doing while they were on workers' compensation benefits. I represented them in that capacity, and actually somewhat successfully there. I understand the great importance of the workers' compensation system. I understand, having read about some of the problems that have been there, and there's a push to improve it now, making it more modern, using modern information technology. Feel that I have the temperament to be a neutral, having acted in capacity as an attorney for so many years, and feels a good fit for me, and I look forward to it. I'm excited about it, and hope you will confirm it effectively.
Thank you very much. Any questions?
Just a comment. I look forward to voting for you, Mr. Crane. We come out of the same parent union. I was an officer with AFSCME down at DC 37. Well, I'm not an attorney. I did a lot of the same work that you did. And I'm also a graduate of the Cornell Industrial School of Labor Relations, where I studied labor studies. While you might not have done workers' comp for CSEA, you certainly understand the role of advocating for workers, whether they be injured in the workplace, literally or figuratively. You are going to be walking into a system where it's supposed to be designed to protect workers, to make sure that they, in exchange for giving up their right to sue their employers for injuries on the job, there's supposed to be a wage replacement quickly, there's supposed to be treatment approved quickly, there's supposed to be medical care approved quickly, and they're supposed to get back to work quickly, and we're supposed to mitigate the risk to employers, right?
Correct.
Those are the goals of workers' comp. You are going to find most of them are not met. Doctors are leaving the system because they're not paid appropriately. Workers are waiting too long for treatment, leading to subsequent injuries and illnesses. That's the world you're walking into. So with your background in advocating for workers, I hope you take that into your new position and try and right-size it from the bottom up, always recognizing that the workers' compensation system is about healing workers and getting them back to work faster so they're whole and their employer is made whole as quickly as possible. Good luck to you.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much.
Move the nomination.
Senator Mazzoli moves the nomination. Senator Marcelino seconds. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Congratulations. Next, we have as member and vice chairman of the board, Rita D. Foster. So finally, as member and chair of the Public Employment Relations Board, John F. Moranis. Congratulations and welcome. Again, if I could have members attend, please. Are you sure she's a runner?
Yes, ma'am, she is.
Okay, she's a reappointment.
That's her.
This is Mr. Morenius, and he is going to be appointed, if we so choose, to be member and chair of the board. So, could I have your attention, please, members, and also indulge in the name.
Thank you, Senator. It's a privilege to appear in front of you this evening, and I'm grateful for the opportunity. My name is John Morenius. I've been a labor attorney for the last 15 years, a 25-year career. I have I've represented both management and labor, having worked in the in the New York City office of the New York State United Teachers. I also represented the City of New York in their office of the Corporation Council. For the last 2 years, I have been the deputy chair of PERB and its general counsel, where I have been, among other things, the primary author of PERB's decisions, and I have helped steer a set of regulatory reforms to the administration of the State Employment Relations Act, which is the private sector jurisdiction that PERB was given in 2010, and of course the rules that last minute was revised in, I believe, the Kennedy administration. So that was, they needed a brisk overview. I'm educated from Fordham University and Columbia Law School. I was also, for 8 years before coming to PERB, I was the Deputy General Counsel to the New York City Board of Collective Bargaining, which is the city's version of PERB. So I've been applying Taylor law almost exclusively for 10 years. I'd also just like to point out that in terms of goals, the goal really is to meet the challenges of the modern era, to bring up PERB's procedures up to date, to move into taking advantage of the technological opportunities we have, to speed up our decision-making process, to make it more efficient and more helpful to those employees and to management as well, who have not been getting justice as quickly as they should. If I were going to say there's one area in which PERB seeks to improve, it's that. To have cases resolved in a speedy enough fashion that justice is done at a time where the parties can actually benefit from our order and not have them merely be good dicta for future cases. We want to do that, of course, without losing our integrity, without losing our neutrality and our devotion to applying federal law without favor, to ensure the delivery of services to the citizens of the state, but making sure that the workers and the employees throughout the state are heard as to the terms and conditions of their employment. Thank you.
Any questions?
I just have a question, Senator Young. What is the volume and tenor of the cases that are coming before PERB? I mean, we all know the big ones, like the police arbitration case, et cetera, but in general, what types of cases are coming before PERB?
The vast majority of our cases are improper practice cases, which normally fall into claims of unilateral transfer of unit work or of retaliation or discrimination against employees We also have breaches of the duty of fair, claims of the breach of the duty of
Fair representation.
fair representation. The primary issues with those are making sure that the hearings are meaningful, because the overwhelming majority of the litigants in those cases are pro se, they're unrepresented, and so we have our administrative law judges are trained to elicit the facts, to create an atmosphere that's calm enough that they can tell their stories and be heard. One thing I have noticed, and I think is greatly to Herb's credit, is that we have hearings in almost all of the DFR cases that come before us. Other boards do not. Most boards, for example, the Board of Collective Bargaining, which I had the pleasure of representing for 8 years, I think we had 2 hearings. Almost all in the 8 years I was there, I in fact presided over one of those 2 hearings. And almost all the cases were decided on the papers. At Herb, we try very hard to make sure that the day in court is a real day and not just a simple day.
Interesting, thank you.
Senator Krueger.
Thank you. What's the volume of cases that you do at one
It's a little tricky because the volume, the overall volume for the agency is roughly 1,500 cases a year. However, the great majority of those cases settle. We have an 80% settlement, and that's due to the work of our hard work of our ALJs, of our director. We go from the theory that the best resolution is one that the parties actually agree to, because it gives buy-in from both sides, and also it gives the opportunity for the parties to conform the solution to the realities of the ground. Before the board, we have roughly, let's see, when I was first hired as deputy chair, we had a backlog of roughly 60 cases that were pending. We now have 25 cases that are, so we're almost up to date, which is excellent. We're working hard to keep that pace. But the board decides between 30 and 50 cases in a given year, including settlements and withdrawals. The ALJs decide considerably more, but the vast majority settle that.
And for cases that don't settle and comes to a decision, if the losing party is not satisfied, do they have the right to go somewhere else for appeal?
Yes, they have the right to file an Article 78 challenge to our decision, depending on whether it's a substantial evidence question or a question of law, which has the per board been arbitrary, capricious, contrary to law. It'll either be heard in the Supreme Court or go right to the appellate division.
Thank you, Senator Casaldi.
Welcome to the committee, and thank you for your decision to take on this challenge. Although Seth Agati wasn't there that long, we certainly thought the world of him, and I know that you must have worked closely with him as his counsel, as a counsel to the board. It's kind of a more philosophical question. You represented, much of your roots are in the employee section of public employee relations, that you've been a neutral in terms of explaining, as a good counsel would do. How do you, now that you have a vote, take a more, as I should say, judicious approach to this new job?
I'm very glad that you mentioned, Senator, that you mentioned Seth Agati, because he was a wonderful mentor. We only had him for 11 months, and it's way too short, frankly. But by working closely both Jerry Lefkowitz and with Seth Agati, they both instructed me to write the decisions that I drafted for them as I thought they should come out. And then we would confer on them, and we would discuss the outcomes. So, in a sense, I've been, I feel, apprenticing for this job for the last 2 years. I've had the benefit of board chairs who were not afraid to be challenged by their deputy, and who, in fact, welcomed having me give the first draft outcome be that which I thought should be correct.
Well, that's an excellent response, and I wish you well in this new endeavor.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
Move it, the nomination.
Senator Sedano, moves. Senator Lance, second. Senator Gonzalez, second. Senator Krueger, second. All those, Senator Perkins, Senator Marcelino, Senator Squadron. All those in favor, Stavisky,
So, as we had all the businesses taken care of, so I want to thank the members, thank you for the Finance Committee, very good night. So thank you everyone, and we'll be done evening. No more meetings. I do not.
I'm hungry. I want to go out of this place. Sit down, Yes, Senator Young.
Actually, those are what we should ask.